Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about monthly empties. So go ahead, grab a drink. I have water because I've been running around all day, and the amount of laundry that I'm gonna embark when we're done here, it's astronomical. It's astronomical. So grab a drink because we're gonna be here for a little bit. There's quite a few things I have for the month of April. So let's go ahead and get started. First things first, Glossier Candle. You guys know I love their candles. I have been using and burning their candles for about 2 years now, and there's pretty much not a single scent that I don't like. Even their birthday candle that's supposed to smell like birthday cake smells so good. I think they do candle scents really well. I love that it's a clean beauty brand, so they don't use any toxic ingredients. And I love the throw of their candles. I love the vessels as well because you can just reuse them. And I usually repurpose these for my makeup brushes. This one is Sandstone Cypress. And all of their scents I find to be very soothing, borderline spa-like. The throw is great. I usually get them on sale. I think it's a great price point. At the sale price, 8 ounces. They're great. They last a really long time. You get a nice even burn. You don't get the black soot. You do need to trim the wick like you would any other candle, but I really like this scent. I love the colors of the vessels as well. I find that it goes and matches with a lot of different, house decor and stuff like that. So it's definitely been a repurchase of mine, but this particular scent is so good. And honestly, I love them. I love their candles so much that I can't pick a favorite. I love all of them. There's a pink one, which I think is orange blossom, I think, or cherry blossom. There's this one. There's the U, Glossier U, which smells exactly like the fragrance. And then there's a birthday one, which I haven't even burned yet. It's the vessels and the scents are spot on. Highly recommend. This one has a slight floral and earthy kind of smell to it. Very soothing. My husband likes them as well. Next up, we have a Native Fresh Mistletoe body wash. I love the Native body wash. This is not foreign to any of us. This was a limited edition holiday scent, and I thought this was gonna smell like pine, but it didn't. It has this very fresh cypress kind of smell. It's delicious. I usually stock up on their holiday scents during Christmas because then I have to wait all year long for them to launch again. So I usually buy a couple of them. I love this body wash. Again, a clean beauty brand that's not gonna break the bank. One of these bottles is 18 fluid ounces. It lathers really nicely. The scent on this, they're not too strong, but they're not, I would say they're not as soft and light as the Necessaire ones. I find that the Necessaire body washes are very lightly scented. So if this is a little too strong for you and you prefer something much lighter, kind of like an essence of a scent, I would go with the Necessaire ones. But this one is really nice. Not as strong as like a Bath & Body Works shower gel. If you know, you know. Much lighter than that. I feel like this is very much average, middle of the road. It's not gonna choke you. But it is beautiful. I love their body washes. Doesn't dry you out, lathers nicely, and it feels very clean without drying out your skin. Next up, we have a Jo Malone fragrance. This is Pomegranate Noir, and this is just the small bottle. I usually use this in the winter time. This is definitely a winter fragrance for me. I really really like this scent. However, my husband hates this. And listen, again, my husband, sometimes I wonder if I should retell these stories on YouTube, but you guys really seem to enjoy it. I like this fragrance. I prefer this fragrance though in a candle and not an actual perfume after using it for some time now. So I've been using this fragrance for about 2 years, I would say. And I finally finished the entire bottle. And like, again, I only take it out during the winter time, and I prefer this in a candle. It's very strong on me. It is a fragrance. I find this to be a very polarizing fragrance. Either you love this or you don't. This can definitely be one of those fragrances that if you put a little too much, it will choke you. It will choke you. But my husband hates it, and for that reason, I'm not going to be repurchasing this. He actually dislikes it so much that he actually has to leave the room. So for those of you who don't know, my husband is very sensitive to fragrance, but he says that this smells like a hamster cage. I'm sorry for those of you who love this and now associate this with a hamster cage smell. I never had hamsters as a kid. That was not a pet I had. And so he says that he used to have a hamster. This is what it smells like, you know, like that hamster cagey, I guess, like the stuff you put on the bottom of the cage. He says that that's what this smells like to him. And therefore I won't be repurchasing this, because we sometimes don't agree on the fragrances we like and dislike, and I will continue to wear a fragrance, you know, even if he doesn't like it. But his disdain for this was so great that I was like, okay, honey, we will compromise. I will not buy this fragrance anymore. So much so that I had to start wearing it only on days that I was going out to work, because I couldn't wear it in the house with him around. It would actually give him headaches. He said it was terrible. So here we are. Those of you who had hamsters as pets as kids, can you please leave me a comment down below? Does this smell like a hamster? Like a hamster cage? I would love to know, because I actually enjoy the scent, but I can only spray like one spray of this is more than enough for me. But I do prefer this as a candle, like some kind of smell around my house. Leave me a comment down below what do you think about this. This is very heavy on the pomegranate, but there's a heavy musk to this that I like. It gives it a nice little twist, which is exactly what makes this for me a winter fragrance. Let me know if it gives you hamster cage vibes. I would love to know. Again, I'm so sorry if I ruined this for all of you. It's not ruined for me because, again, I never had a hamster as a pet, so my mind doesn't make that association, but it does to my husband. And now I'm wondering if the whole time that I've been wearing this fragrance, if people were like, she must own hamsters in her house. She must have a hamster as a pet. I would love to know. Leave me a comment down below. Next up, we have a Chanel blush. Oh wow, the sun is really coming in. This is part of my project pan. For those of you who are new here, I try to pan as many products as possible during the year, and I have been trying to use up all of my Chanel blushes. So these blushes are not ones that I could talk about anymore on this channel, because this is the original formula from Chanel. This color is 68 Rose Ecrin. This was before they reformulated their blushes and ruined it. And so I didn't know there was gonna be a reformulation. You know, Chanel barely ever lets you know when there's gonna be a reformulation. And so I had bought about 4 colors right before they were reformulated, and I'm glad that I did, because they did us dirty. The new reformulated version of these blushes were terrible. Just, I'm not even gonna get into it, but those of you who are into luxury beauty know exactly what I'm talking about. So this is what's left of it. It's time for me to retire it because it's getting a little bit of hard pan over here, but usually when the blush gets like this, it's very hard for me to pick up with a brush, and I don't want to damage the bristles of my brushes. So I usually let this go at this point. So here we are. It was a beautiful shade. I'm almost wondering if it will let me at least do some kind of finger swatching. So I'm not sure if you can see, but this finger has nothing on it, but I have some on this finger. You can see it was the lightest of rosy shades, but no, it's not letting me. I'm not being able to swatch this. I'm sorry for the sun, guys. I've adjusted the blinds a couple of times during this video, and I will do so shortly. But yeah, I'm not able to swatch this anymore. This was a great blush. It did not break apart, it did not crumble. It actually stayed intact until hitting pan. So we all love these Chanel blushes because they just were so smoothing, blurring. They just were seamless. And the tones, they did the undertones of these blushes so well. And honestly, I haven't bought a Chanel blush since that fiasco. So I think that's been, wow, I think since 2020. So I think it's been about 5 years. And I've just been using the ones that I have. So next up we have Rare Beauty. This is a deluxe sample I got. This was a Fine Comfort Gentle Exfoliating Body Wash. I can't remember how I got this sample. I think it was with a Sephora sale. Now, I have the full size of this that I'm currently using in the shower now. It does have, if you're looking for a very light exfoliator that's not gonna dry out your skin, her body wash is good. I'm just not a huge fan of the scent. I prefer the new scent that she has out now. So there was like a little bit left in the bottle, and I want to see if I can show you guys. It has a micro exfoliators in there, like they're like little particles. I'm not sure if it's gonna pick it up. So definitely not a very dense exfoliator. You could definitely use this daily. I have combination to oily skins, and I use this daily and it's fine. I just prefer the scent of the new one. This is not my favorite. It's nice, it's soothing, it has that spa feel. It's a little too sweet for me. When I prefer shower gels and body products that have more of a neutral, earthy, kind of a, you know, eucalyptus or something like that. This is a little too sweet for me, but it smells nice, and I think it's a good body wash. And like I said, I'm currently using the full size of this right now in my shower, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. It has a nice lather, again, without drying out your skin, and the exfoliating bits, they're very easy to wash off. So it's not like it's not gonna stick to your skin. It's also not gonna stick to the grout of your shower. So I think it's a nice product. The scent is just not my favorite. Next up, we have a Tower 28 lip gloss. This is an iced pistachio. This was a limited edition lip gloss that they came out with, I think it was last year. So pistachio is one of their permanent shades. However, they added gold shimmer to this, and it's beautiful. I'm so glad I panned it because, again, it was limited edition, so it's not like I can talk about it. But Tower 28 has really good glosses that are not sticky, not goopy, not too thick, and pigmented enough. So if you want a gloss that is a little bit pigmented and has a little oomph, I highly recommend the Tower 28 ones. Again, clean beauty brand. I think it's a good price point. It's not gonna break the bank. But yes, I think that they do glosses really well. And I think this is about the second tube I've used. The first one I use is Magic. I think it's called Magic. Yeah, Magic is my favorite color out of their gloss line. But I really do enjoy it. They don't run. They stay really nicely on the lips. Highly recommend. Next up, we have a Victoria's Secret Body Splash. This is in the scent Tease Candy Noir. This was new about 1.5 years ago. So Tease is part of their permanent line. But then they took out this Candy Noir one. I really like it. This smells like Tease, but with a little gourmand essence, a little oud added to it. It's delicious. I really like the Victoria's Secret Fine Fragrance Mist. This is 8.4 fluid ounces. This lasts forever. I do love that their vessels are aesthetically pleasing because I usually have this out on my nightstand. I usually like to spray myself with a mist right before going to work out. I also like to spray them on my hair. If I need a little pick-me-up throughout the day, like maybe I've been outside and it's super hot and humid, I will come into the house and spray myself a little bit with this if I need to go elsewhere and I don't want to smell like a hot sweaty mess, if you guys know what I'm talking about. That's usually what I use this for. Sometimes I will use a little bit of this to spruce up my linens or some blankets if need be. But yes, these are great. I absolutely love them. And the notes on this are raspberry glaze, night blooming iris, warm tonka, and it's considered a dark gourmand. So it definitely has that gourmand twist to it. So if you like the original Tease, you're gonna love this. This is very warm and a little bit more seductive than its original component. Anybody a little bit sad that Victoria's Secret no longer has their elaborate, creative descriptions of the fragrances? Now they give us notes. I know, I used to remember when they used to do really funny descriptions of their fragrances. We all used to get a kick out of it. Those of you who have been following me for a really long time, leave me a comment down below and let me know if you remember those descriptions. Next up, we have another deluxe sample. This is the Chanel Hydra Beauty Micro Essence. This is one of the few products I like from the Hydra Beauty line from Chanel, and I have actually used a full-size bottle of this. It has these little beads. I'm not sure if the camera is gonna pick that up, but it has those little beads in there. And this is a hydrating essence without leaving your skin greasy or without leaving a film on your skin. I find this to be really good when I'm using a retinol. You know, retinol can dry out your skin, and this is just like the perfect little toner before going in with that retinol. I really enjoy this. It is lightly scented, but it's very minimal. It's actually a soothing scent. It kind of smells like fresh, clean skin. And it's, like I said, it's a very subtle smell, but very nice. Next up, we have my favorite hand cream. And this is in a limited edition holiday scent called Green Chestnut. And I've used all of this up. This is not my favorite scent. I did not enjoy this. It was just okay. It had a very fresh green herby scent, but not my favorite. There have been other holiday fragrances that I've enjoyed more than this. However, you guys know I've been using this hand cream forever and I love it. I usually always have one in my purse, and I heard that now they changed the cap and it's no longer twisting off. It actually stays on, like there's like a flipping kind of mechanism, which, I mean, hallelujah, praise the Lord, because how many decades were we waiting for that? How many of you have lost this cap? How many of you have used this and just had the cap roll away? And I feel like that's part of the reason, a big reason why people were deterred from buying this particular hand cream, but it's really good. It provides really long hydration for me in particular, because I have very dry hands. So I definitely get my money's worth out of this. Next up, we have a Kosas brow gel. This is actually in the clear. Obviously it's a little dirty because I usually get some eyeshadow mixed in here sometimes when applying this, but the Kosas brow gel is so good. I love the vessel. I think the vessel is so fun. It's this clear iridescent situation. I absolutely love this, and this has actually been a repurchase for me. This is actually about the second tube I use in their clear formula. Love this stuff. Again, clean beauty brand, does a great job at holding your brows. I have thick, long brow hairs, and it does a really good job at holding them in place without giving you that like stiff, crunchy feel. I love it. I also love the wand. I think that it is big enough for my brows, and it really gets in there to give my brows the combing and lift that they need, because again, I have kind of those thick, long brows. I only have 3 more products left. I have a Chanel mascara. This is Volume de Chanel in number 37. Again, this is part of my Project Pan. It was a blue mascara. And Chanel does blue mascaras so well. Ooh, the light is hitting it just perfectly. This is what it looks like in the shade. But they do color mascara so well. However, after prolonged use of La Volume de Chanel, I mean, the biggest gripe that people have with this mascara is that it dries out way too quickly for the price point. I have to agree with that. This is about my 3rd tube of this, and it definitely dries out way too quickly. This is the blue shade, so you can see it looks like in direct sunlight, and then in the shade. Chanel does color mascara really nicely. It gives you that je ne sais quoi kind of feel to it, but after prolonged use of this product, I don't recommend the Revolution mascara, because for the price point, you really only get about a month and a half out of this, and I use it every day before it dries out. So you're left with a lot of product in here that's dried out, and who wants clumpy lashes? Nobody. So I think that you can find other colored mascara out there that, you know, there's a way to do color mascara in an elegant way, which I think Chanel does really nicely. But again, I don't think the formula is great. There's other brands out there, like Lancome has a mascara that they make. I think it comes in a glass tube. I think it's the Hypnose, and it comes in purple and blue. And I think it's one of those nice je ne sais quoi tones. I've used the black one, and it's wonderful. As a matter of fact, I'm using one right now, and it's black, of course, but I really like that mascara. I think it's good, and I've seen the purple and the blue like in person, and very similar to this, and I find that it's nice, it's beautiful, and it's color mascara with but wearable, work appropriate, if I can say. It's not going to be too bright or too harsh on the eyes. Next up, we have the e.l.f. lipstick in, let's see, what color is this? Chocolatey. This is the Shimmer Balm. If you guys remember, I had hauled this during the holidays because it was kind of like that Tom Ford dupe of their Balm Frost. And I talked about this same product in my last month's Empties. I had a different shade. So this chocolatey one is not one that I liked. I liked the one I used in the month of March that had that like pearly, peachy kind of tone. I didn't like this one, not because I didn't like the brown. I think the brown was well done. It's just that the shimmers in this had a green shift, and that did not agree with my particular skin tone. I would love to hear from those of you who have deeper skin tones, if you guys tried this and if that green flip in the shimmers agreed with your particular skin tone. I would love to know. But the green flip, had it just been gold shimmers, it would have been different. But that green flip just, it didn't look right. So this was a fail for me. Next up, and my last product, is the Glossier Hot Cocoa Balm Dotcom. This smells like a literal Swiss hot chocolate drink. The ones that come in the packet, identical. I mean, they nailed this scent. But as for those of you who have been following me, I just did a video on the Glossier Balm Dotcoms. These are not for me. I don't particularly like these. It's a clean beauty brand. This is a universal salve, so it definitely has that thicker consistency. It's very much a salve, and I'm gonna swatch just a little bit of this on the back of my hand, but you can see even in the swatch, do you see how patchy that is? And that's exactly how it applies to the lips. It is a patchy formula. I find that it also gathers on the corners of my mouth, which I don't like. And although it smells really nice, it has a taste to it that I don't like, that lingers through the duration of the product. And I don't mind a scented lip product. I just don't want to taste it the entire time. So I usually steer away from lip products that have like a taste you can actually like taste in your mouth, because it ends up making me a little nauseous after several hours. So this unfortunately is not going to be a repurchase for me. And I'm currently using Espresso. And you guys know I picked that one up during the holidays, and it came with an extra one, which I'm also gonna use, as I'm not gonna throw away my money. But you will be seeing a couple of these during my next monthly Empties. Not my favorite. However, they smell great. And it's a shame because this actually has a cult following and people really, really love this. And I'm kind of sad that I didn't get along with this. So I have thoroughly tested this, and always, because this is actually my second tube and I'm on a third one now. I have worn that reformulated version of this that people hated, and the original formula that they reverted back to that everybody loves. Neither one of them I liked. The product actually separates in the tube, so I don't know if it's the castor oil or the lanolin, I don't know, but when you squeeze this out, a lot of the times you get like a goop of oil and then followed by the product. Can't do it, sorry. And again, it doesn't apply evenly, so I'm gonna have to just stick to my Summer Fridays or Tower 28. Their lip softies are amazing as well. Okay, so that completes my monthly Empties. Thank you so much for watching. I know you guys like watching these videos. I do them to give you mini speed reviews on products that I've used, but also to inspire you guys to use what you have. I have a fairly large makeup collection, so it brings me a lot of joy and satisfaction to see every month what I've been able to use up and that I'm actually getting good use out of my products. It also keeps me and deters me from making unnecessary beauty purchases. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. It's the only other social platform I'm currently active on. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and give this video a like if you enjoyed it. It helps push the video into the algorithm, and I appreciate your time here, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye.